All right, rat, not gonna lie. It's gonna be kind of a challenging year for you as you are the one clashing with the horse, okay? Now, every 12 years, you get your bad year. It's because this year you're clashing with the Grand Duke. You could think back other horse years, 1990. So think back to the spring, summer, fall of 1990. 2002, 2014. Those were clashy years for you too, horse years. So you could maybe glean some information, but there will be confrontations and challenges, quite like the Tower card in Tarot, where everything's rebuilt. This is a year to stop pretending that everything's just fine, rat.
For those of you born under the sign of the rat, this year the Grand Duke stands directly in your palm. No escape, no delay. Now you can treat the clash as chaos or catalyst. React and lose ground, or act and rebuild your world on your own terms.
All right, so that was a presentation from my mentor and the best Chinese astrologer in the world, Dato Joey Yap. He'll be talking to us more, rat, about going deeper into your Botsy chart about your animal sign. Rat might not just be in your year pillar, right? Born in the year of the rat, which most of you watching are familiar with that. But the rat can also show up in your month of birth pillar, meaning that's your career, how that's affected this year. Or you may be born with the rat in your day, like the day of a rat, which is your relationships and yourself. And also you might be born in the hour of the rat, which can mean your investments and your kids. And so things like that. So stay tuned towards the end of this video when we talk about going deeper into your chart about where rat shows up. Now, everybody's always, oh, the rat's clashing, This isn't really like bad luck and oh my God, you got to go sit under a rock for the year. It's really a destiny reboot for you. Okay, rat. So it's the way you take these challenges. It's like when you play a game of cards. I grew up playing crib a lot on the farm, okay, during lunch hour, watching the Flintstones. And sometimes you get really crappy cards, but it's how you use them. It doesn't mean you're not going to win, but you have to be a little more strategic with clashing with the horse this year. Okay, so major changes, cosmic resets, and like I said, very much like the Tower card, where everything must tumble in order for you to rebuild more strategically. And it's just change. It's the way of life. The universe is fair, Now, let's just focus right now, rat, on your good stars. Okay, use these stars to change a clash year into a powerful new you, we'll say. So, number one, rat, you have the Imperial Advisor. The Imperial Advisor, imagine you going to see one of those people. The advisor will tell you stuff, provide wisdom, provide opportunities. It's like a mentor archetype. Okay, these are like your teachers. Can be people from your family, your friendship group. Maybe it's your favorite YouTuber. But it's someone out there for you to help you, like an ally in this video game of life, especially in this clashy year for you. Now, you have to connect with him or her. And when they challenge you and you're like, oh, I don't want to hear it or something like that, don't argue, just listen, because they are providing nuggets of wisdom for you. And it's important for you when things are challenging you, like in a clashing year for you, rat, to listen, not just hear, but listen, okay? And work with their advice, work with the opportunities that may come, and leave your ego out of it, rat. You're gaining access to wisdom, insight, solutions with your Imperial Advisor. And it can be more than one person. It can be, you're at the grocery store. It could be really random, like you're at the grocery store and maybe you overhear a conversation. That's called a claydon in spirituality, but like you're hearing, someone else is talking, but you accidentally overhear it, but it triggers something and you're like, oh yeah, I need to do that. Or advice, wisdom, and downloads from the universe can come, but Imperial Advisor asks you to listen to the signs and listen to the people and have humility and leave your ego out of it, rat. Now, we also have the month emptiness. Month emptiness sounds like a bad star, but it's actually not. What it's doing is it's diffusing drama and tension for you. But there's a strategic way to use this star. And this is what Joey Ab teaches in his video. But let's think about a goal that we want to do in 2026. Let's just pretend it's... I want to get this particular job this year. Okay. I want to get this particular job this year. Now I'm going to make a list of all the things that would make me not get that job. How I could lose the game. Maybe it's like, okay, during the interview, I could really mess up. So what could I do in the interview that would be messy, like that they wouldn't want to hire me? So you're focusing literally on all the negative things and getting it out on paper. And then you just don't do those things. Then you can win. You see, month emptiness, cancel, clears, delete things on your list that will make you lose, but you have to get it out there first. Does that make sense? It helps you dissolve those things that can make you lose. It's not about fighting everything. It's about observing, being strategic, and not doing those things that can make you lose. Like being lazy, like not dressing up nice for the interview, like not coming in on time. These are all ways that you could lose when trying to get a job. Okay, so write those all down, all the ways you can lose. And month emptiness helps you dissolve that. All right, Rat, let's talk about your bad stars now. The year breaker. This happens every time you have a clash. So when you clash with the Grand Duke, you get the year breaker. Now, this is a lot about the stars taking down old systems that just don't work anymore. Quite like the Tower card, right? This is like the more you fear it or the more you focus on the negative, Rat, the more it comes. That's the law of observation. So we want to see the year breaker not as a bad star, but as a helpful star. And I'll tell you why. Let's say you have a crappy relationship or a poopy job. You come home and it's just always about fighting. Or you go to your job and it just sucks so bad and you hate it. It's become too toxic for you. Then the year breaker is a welcome star to demolish, like the Tower card, these old structures that aren't working for you anymore. Okay? And yes, it can feel harsh. And yes, it can feel challenging. But the universe would love to make space for you for a better life, Rat. Next star is called the greater consumer, which in the olden days, it meant you're spending too much. Now, sure, even in the modern world, it can mean a little bit of a spending problem. But what it asks you to do is focus on your finances too, about taking audit, being financially savvy and strategic, and actually making a budget and actually keeping track of what goes in and out of your day-to-day spending. Where is your money going? And this is about buying things that are more like assets this year rather than liabilities. Now, I would like you to research financial people on YouTube, okay? Learn all you can about money and the way money works nowadays. And think about acquiring valuable assets rather than liabilities. Now, I want to say too, Bitcoin and the stock market both founded on rat years. They're going to clash this year. There's volatility there with Bitcoin and the stock market. Of course, we're going to see a crash. Of course. Already people can feel it, so they're looking for more valuable assets, or they're trying to hedge their money, right? That's why a lot of people are buying silver and gold right now and trying to move it in that. But we got to watch that too. You know, paper silver is a lot different than real silver under my bed. blocks of silver, right? But anyways, we want you to look at these assets that might be actually liabilities for you. This is a good time to go talk to your financial advisor. I am not a financial advisor, by the way. And I would consider looking at your portfolio and maybe making some reallocation and adjustments, and also thinking about buying food and things that you have that are real and tangible in case the internet goes down and you can't use your bank card and money means nothing. But what does? Oh, I could trade flour next door neighbor for some salt or what, food, growing your own food, being more self-sufficient. I think that that's a big lesson for everybody, not just you, Rat. But with this greater consumer, this is really auditing and understanding your spending and your money. Okay? Next, we have Calmighty Shaw. Oh, all the Calmighty. Oh, gosh. This is about testing your patience. This is asking you to fix your flaws and the spots in your life, the things that are happening in your life that need fixing or that need observation or that need attention. And it's basically fixing the flaws before you start your new adventure next year in 2027. You are resetting this year, Rat, for a better life. Always keep that in the back of your mind, despite any challenges that are happening. Because you do have the obstacle star as well, right? Changes happen. Shit happens, we say, right? Crisis. When we're under crisis, we get creative. And as Joey App says, crisis creates creativity. It reveals creativity. It reveals creative things in you didn't even know you had when you're under crisis and you have to find solutions. So obstacle asks us to improvise and to adapt to situations because things are going to happen. Things are going to happen. It's all how you react to these situations. So improvise, adapt. Rats are very good at that. So use that skill this year. I want to also say, Rat, it's been said that the universe, the matrix that we live in, favors the rat. So even if you're in a clashing year, there's always still some kind of opportunity in there for you and some kind of protection. I just wanted to put that out there. Now, another thing you have is sky cry, which means, yeah, it's going to be emotionally intense, but that's because a lot of challenges are happening and sometimes it can get overwhelming. So keep care of your emotional health, right? Let yourself cry. Go to grief counseling if someone passes away or you lose something very deep to you and you need counseling, anything like that. Deal with these emotions. Sky cry. Let yourself cry, so to speak. You know, as Joey App said in one of his videos, tears are data. It shows what you care about. Now, you also have prison star. This is about not repressing the emotions, letting them go, accepting the natural order of things, not being scared, not running away, letting it go, letting yourself cry, all that kind of stuff that we talked about. Don't feel like you're in a prison, right? Now, finally, we do have Heavenly Menace with Void. This is about letting go again. Letting go of what's fake. Learning about what real freedom is. And freedom is not about running away and avoiding the conflict and of putting your head in the sand like an ostrich. That's not freedom. Freedom is confronting it without losing yourself in the process. And just realizing that tomorrow is another day and there is a lot of strategies that you can do, to offset any negative or challenging feelings you might have this year. I would suggest using a lot of essential oils, diffusing in your house for stability, security, and boosting the energetic vibration. Right? I'm a spiritualist. I'm an intuitive guide. Part of that is working on our energy field, especially me being an Aquarius in Western astrology. The energy, the aura, the vibration of the world is very important. And so for you, Rat, it's important to recognize that we are like an electrical system here. And so we want to take care of the electricity, right? Our aura, our energetic frequency. And so you can do that through good foods, good eating, nutrition. You can do that through exercise. All this challenge can be diffused through exercise. Moving that body, rat, is going to be very good for you this year to move the energy, right, into good ways, okay? So moving the body, exercise, being strategic, taking a deep breath, like breath work in general can be very good for you, rat, okay? Using rocks, like I love crystal healing, you know, the black tourmaline, the smoky quartz, the selenite, Herkimer diamond words coming to me too. Get yourself Herkimer diamond, very good. You know, working with the crystals and the frequency and everything you can, and doing like fun things, right? Going to comedy shows, painting, pottery, playing music, whatever it is that you like to do, right? All those things are important this year to offset any challenging feeling. Because remember, the whole point of your clashing year is to make space and get rid of that no longer serves you, that doesn't work for you anymore, in order to have a better life. So that next year in 2027, you're all set. You know? So that's what I like. Come see me for a reading. www.themoontree.org. Okay, and we can help you with that. Now, let's go back to Dato Joey Yap, and he's going to talk about where rat might show up in your chart. It can be the year of the rat, but it could also be born in the day of the rat, the month of the rat, or the hour of the rat.
Remember, you could be born in the rat year, rat month, rat hour, or rat day. Most people think that they only have one animal sign. So to get your full astrology chart, you can go to this link right here that you see on your screen or scan the QR code, and you will go to a page where you could just key in your date and time of birth and you can plot your chart, and there are additional resources that you can read about the details of 2026 and more about different animal signs. In fact, all the animal signs are explained in detail in that resource page. Okay, so go there and check it out. All right. Now, let me give you a brief of what happens when you see the rat sitting in different aspects of your 4 pillars of destiny. Okay, because that's where the thunder will strike this year, guys. So pay attention. So if the rat is in your year pillar, particularly, right, public life and relationships and friendships that are public. Okay, these are your friends in public, your network and all that. So some alliances will break, better ones will form. I mean, your network itself will change, because this is the Grand Duke year after all, right? So you're probably going to be rebranded in real time when you have the rat in your year pillar, because that's where the Grand Duke is going to strike in 2026. Now, if the rat is in the month pillar, that's indicative of, you're born in a December month, most likely December 5th all the way to January the 5th, around that time, plus minus a day. Right, so this is kind of like your career is meeting the Grand Duke, right? So it's a career overhaul, right? It's either a promotion or exit, right? That is in line, right? So both are possible, right? Both positive if handled strategically with the strategy that we talked about. Remember, listen to advice, right? Don't put your ego there, right? Sometimes if you're hearing and not listening, it's a different story, right? When the old structure collapses, rebuild on skill, not status. Take note of that. When the old structure collapses, rebuild on true skill and not status. All right? Some people think that, I have this position, you need to pay me the same, you're not paying me the same. That you can't look for the same role, because things have changed. All right? In the age of technology and all that, you need to upskill to deserve, right, what you currently have or more. So you got to do that. You got to do, if you say, no, I don't want to learn, I just want to stay the same, and you become a dinosaur, that's when the Grand Duke will strike, and that's when you lose your ability to earn as much, okay? Now, there are a lot of bad things that people talk about when Grand Duke strike the year. I'm not discounting that all of it is untrue, right? Yeah, it's untrue only for those who fear change and refuse to become better. There are those dinosaurs, I call them dinosaurs because they don't want to learn new things. right? They keep doing the same shit and expecting different results. There are people like that, right? They have no realization that they are like that, and therefore they're stuck, right? So if you're watching this video, I want you to have that realization that for things to change, you need to change first, right? So that's what the Grand Duke is talking about. So if the rat is in the day pillar like so, that means you're born the day of the rat. Now, how do you find out? Is when you plot your full chart and you say, oh, I'm born the day of the rat, right? Then it's kind of like, your spouse, your relationship with your spouse is like you're confronting the Grand Duke every day, right? So a little bit pressure, right? You feel the pressure, and what you need to happen is emotional honesty. Emotional honesty becomes mandatory in your relationship this year, right? Stop managing peace. Start speaking truth, right? Relationships probably going to face a reality check this year. If you can accept it, continue. If you cannot accept it, it's time to implement some changes. That's what the Grand Duke, the clash of relationship, actually means this year. Clash is not always a bad thing. Sometimes you need to talk about stuff, right? So if you talk with reason, you talk with clarity, you talk with purpose, right? You get better chances of getting the outcome that you want, right? That's what you need to do. Now, the rat can also be in the hour of birth like so, right? So it means you're born roughly between 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. In middle of the night. Now, if that's your case, right? If you have a chart like this, the hour pillar represents investment plans and long-term goals. When there's a clash of Grand Duke this year, it means that it needs recalibration, like quickly, okay? You gotta be very careful of sudden market shifts, right? Sudden timing that doesn't go your way. Don't cling on to old strategies. That's what it's trying to say, all right? Adapt very quickly and stay liquid. That's what this recommendation is for the rat with the hour pillar, okay? Now, also, you might get the hour pillar on your luck cycle. Now, if you don't know any of these, you want details, remember to scan the code, go and download your page. All the resources are there, right? See the link that is on the page and on the comment section. Okay, so if your rat is here in the luck cycle, that means that all your plans this year and all your interaction with other people is other people, the market and the condition where you're working, they are experiencing some change. The change is not you initiated, it's because along the environment, in the industry, in the marketplace, in the way you operate your company and your offices work, there's some changes. It could be regulation, it could be consumers are changing, so you need to pay attention to that aspect. Basically, expect delays and sudden changes. Okay, now download the notes, as I said that on, to get more information about the other animal signs as well, because you could have different animal signs in your year. And don't forget, a clash year doesn't destroy your destiny. Most of the time, if you play your cards well, it reveals it. All right, so on behalf of Team Joviam and myself, stay alert, stay adaptable, and let the fire horse forge new momentum in the year 2026. Happy New Year.
All right, Rad, thank you for watching. I hope this helps you. And, we all get our clashing year. So you'll be fine. Just remember, get the support from other people. And one of the big ones I want to reiterate is that Imperial Advisor star, where other people are your ally in some way, and you need to listen, not just hear, but listen and embody that advice. It's going to be very helpful for you this year. Mwah! I'm Trina, your intuitive guide with a chakra vibe, helping you navigate life's energies, and I'll see you in the next one, Rat.